Communication is the art of transmitting knowledge, ideas, information and thoughts from one person to another either verbally or non-verbally using a medium. The transfer should be such that the receiver understands the meaning and the intent of the message and give proper feedback. Its essence is: communication is the most important way of expressing any feeling towards any person or thing. There are various forms of verbal and nonverbal communication. Human evolved in life through communicating his thinking and understanding others' point of view. Communication helps people relate, interact, understand, believe and get connected to others. Globalization is also a result of communication. Communication is required everywhere, be it business, personal life, entertainment or for knowledge. Communication can be a one-way or a two-way process, depending on the way people react. For instance, sometimes while a teacher is trying to interact with the students don't respond. Therefore, although it was to be a two-way communication, it has become a one-way communication process. Communication, as already talked about, helps in gaining knowledge, interacting with other communities, and provides entertainment. The various forms of entertainment through communication are novels, newspapers, bulletins, online interactions, watching TV, talk shows, etc. According to me, the best way of communication is reading. This helps you gain knowledge, helps you invest your time with yourself, and is also a means of entertainment. If a person wants to gain knowledge, then he can approach to some biographies, or newspapers or magazines. This will help the person know the world around him in a better manner. For some more people who want both can go for fiction or again biographies, as in a biography you try to live the life of another person, which will for sure provide you the insight and entertain you for time being. Importance of communication. There are several ways through which a person can enhance their communication skills. And people require these extra methods to grow and improve their existing language. Some techniques are that people can attend workshops, or they can read about the topic. Certain authors have come up with self-help books, which make the task of understanding the concept very simple. And people can practice skills like writing, etc. This will allow them to improve their written language and communication skills. Communication skills are required for maintaining relationships also. When with friends and relatives, good communication skills are needed to avoid confusion, miscommunication and fights, etc. So, effective communication skills are very important for sustaining in the society. Most people judge another person on the basis of her body language and form an opinion based on their perception. Hence, effective communication skills are as important to humans as growling is to a dog, to communicate and express himself. What the spoken language fails to express, that is easily expressed with certain hand and facial gestures. Barriers in communication. Communication is complete and perfect when the receiver understands the message in the same sense and spirit as the communicator intends to convey. Here, idea and information reached to and responded by receiver remain unaltered and undistorted. But practically it has been noticed that such perfect and complete communication does not take place because of certain obstacles or other factors known as communication barriers. There are a lot of causes of misunderstanding and misinterpretations of message communicated. As the process of communication involves sender, encoding of message, medium, channels and receiver, decoding of message, the problem of communication usually lies with either one or more of them. Main types of communication barriers are: physical barriers. Physical barriers, the environmental and natural conditions that act as a barrier in communication and sending message from sender to receiver. For example, distance, noise, defect in medium. Physiological barriers. Physiological barriers of communication occur due to the physical condition of sender or receiver, which might even be physical disabilities. It includes sensory dysfunction and other physical dysfunctions. Psychological, emotional barriers. The psychological barrier of communication is the influence of psychological state of the communicators, sender and receiver, which creates an obstacle for effective communication. Semantic, language barriers. A language barrier is a figurative phrase used primarily to refer to linguistic barriers to communication, that is, the difficulties in communication experienced by people or groups speaking different languages, or even dialects in some cases. Organizational barriers. The organizational barriers refers to the hindrances in the flow of information among the employees and employers that might result in a commercial failure of an organization. How to enhance your communication skills. The 7 C's. Conciseness, consideration, concreteness, completeness, clarity, courtesy, correctness, completeness. Business message is complete when it contains all facts the reader or a listener needs for the reaction you desire. As you strive for completeness, keep the following guidelines in mind. Provide all necessary information. Answer all questions asked. Give something extra when desirable. Provide all necessary information. Answering the 5 W's helps make messages clear: who, what, when, where, and why. Answer all questions asked. Look for questions, some may even appear buried within a paragraph. Locate them and then answer precisely. Give something extra, when desirable. Use your good judgment in offering additional material if the sender's message was incomplete. Conciseness. Conciseness is saying what you want to say in the fewest possible words without sacrificing the other C qualities. A concise message is complete without being wordy. To achieve conciseness, observe the following suggestions. Eliminate wordy expressions. Include only relevant material. Eliminate wordy expressions. Use single words in place of phrases. Even Winston Churchill made extensive use of simple, one-syllable words. Example: wordy, at this time. Concise, now. Wordy, due to the fact that. Concise, because. Include only relevant material. Example: wordy, we hereby wish to let you know that our company is pleased with the confidence you have responded in us. Concise, we appreciate your confidence. Consideration. Consideration means preparing every message with the message receivers in mind. Try to put yourself in their place. You are considerate, you do not lose your temper, you do not accuse, and you do not charge them without facts. The thoughtful consideration is also called you attitude. Focus on you instead of I and we. Show audience benefit or interest in the receiver. Focus on you instead of I or we. Using you does help project a you attitude. But overuse can lead to a negative reaction. You attitude, you will be able to shop evenings with the extended hours. Show audience benefit or interest in the receiver. Reader may react positively when benefits are shown them. Benefits must meet recipients' needs, address their concerns, or offer them rewards. Most important, they must be perceived as benefits by the receivers. Concreteness. Communicating concretely means being specific, definite, and vivid rather than vague and general. Often it means using donatives, direct, explicit, often dictionary-based, rather than connotative words, ideas or notions suggested by or associated with a word or phrase. The following guidelines should help you compose concrete, convincing message. Use specific facts and figures. Put action in your verbs. Choose vivid, image-building words. Use specific facts and figures. It is desirable to be precise and concrete in both written and oral business communication. Vague, general, indefinite. Student MOT scores are higher. Concrete, precise. In 1996, the MOT scores averaged 600, by 1997 they had risen to 610. Put action in your verbs. Verbs can activate other words and help make your sentences alive, more vigorous. Use active rather than passive verbs. Put action in your verbs rather than nouns and infinites. Choose vivid, image-building words. Business writing uses less figurative language than does the world of fiction. Clarity. Getting the meaning from your head to the head of your reader, accurately, is the purpose of clarity. Of course you know it is not simple. We all carry around our own unique interpretations, ideas, experiences associated with words. Choose precise, concrete and familiar words. Construct effective sentences and paragraphs. Choose precise, concrete, and familiar words. Clarity is achieved in part through a balance between precise language and familiar language. Precise words need not be pretentious. Construct effective sentences and paragraphs. At the core of clarity is the sentences. This grammatical statement, when clearly expressed, moves thoughts within a paragraph. Important characteristics to consider are length, unity, coherence, and emphasis. Unclear, being an excellent lawyer, I am sure you can help us. Clear, being an excellent lawyer, you can surely help us. Courtesy. True courtesy involves being aware not only of the perspective of others, but also of their feelings. Courtesy stems from a sincere you attitude. The following are suggestions for generating a courteous tone. Be sincerely tactful, thoughtful, and appreciative. Be sincerely tactful, thoughtful, and appreciative. Though few people are intentionally abrupt or blunt, these negative traits are a common cause of discourtesy. Tactless, blunt, stupid letter, I can't understand any of it. Clearly, you did not read my latest facts. More tactful, it's my understanding. Sometimes my wording is not precise, let me try again. Correctness. At the core of correctness is proper grammar, punctuation, and spelling. However, a message may be perfect grammatically and mechanically but still insult or lose a customer. The correctness, as applied to business messages, also means the following three characteristics. Use the right level of language. Check accuracy of figures, facts, and words. Use the right level of language. Informal writing is more characteristics of business writing, even more so if that writing occurs in an email message. More formal, less formal. Participate, join. Procure, get. Endeavor, try. Check accuracy of figures, facts, and words. A good check of data is to have another person read and comment on the validity of the material. To elucidate the power of communication, one of the greatest quotes should never be forgotten. If all my possessions were taken from me with one exception, I would hope to keep my power of communication, for by it I would regain all the rest. Woody Allen.